I obviously have a creative side as well as an analytical side, and just wanted to stretch that and see how far I could push it and just do something different. I mean, we're not all just linear, are we? We grow, we change over the years.
No, we're definitely non-linear.
Definitely.
Parabolic almost.
And you've kind of introduced the organic into these pictures as well. You know, it's got a real fluid feel. Love it.
The exhibition is called Held in Balance, and it's not just you. It's the other lady who I can only can't. As people, yes, people, regular listeners will know that I have to read backwards off the front window.
And reading backwards in Polish is a task, I tell you.
It really is. You haven't actually met your collaborator.
No, I'm hoping to meet her tomorrow because she's going to be here in the gallery, and I'm going to come by and say hello. But I think our work looks pretty cool together.
Held in balance.
Indeed. Yeah, there's just something organic about it, and there's sort of angles as well, which is similar to my work, with slightly organic, and there's also some lines and angles going on too.
You haven't met yet because you weren't at the private view 10 days ago. You were in the Lake District at a show.
I was at Print Fest in the Lake
District. Tell us about Print Fest.
That's about 40 artists coming together for a long weekend in a beautiful festival town of Ulverston.
Yeah, that of course is Picture This by Blondie, and I don't think we've mentioned it in the last couple of weeks. Of course, Clem Burke, the drummer in Blondie. Gregsy, you are talking of Picture This because we've got no picture on the YouTube. So if you're sitting there in front of YouTube looking for us...
It might have just come back. You never know. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But we are on YouTube. You're absolutely right. Search up Portobello Radio or indeed Muse Film. MUSEFILM. Brilliant. Absolutely
if you want to know what we do when the music is on.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. You can watch us in the background fiddling with stuff. Fiddling with broken cameras, it seems. Brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
We are delighted to welcome our next guest, Katie Grinnell. Welcome.
Hello, it's lovely to be here.
Katie, you're from the Bush Theatre, and we just big shout out to Iona Lynch, who has come to us as work experience, and she's kind of put up with us for a couple of months. She's half organised one guest. Katie, you are Iona's first guest.
Wow, what an
honour. So when she goes on to a massive career in the entertainment industry, you will be able to...
Great. Well, remember me then, I suppose.
But you're already in a great bit of the entertainment industry. You are at the Bush Theatre. Now, everyone knows the Bush Theatre in the old library by the market opposite Shepherd's Bush Market Tube. I don't think everyone knows what actually goes on. They're a bit scared to go through the front door. Can you tell us a bit?
Of course, yes. So I'm the Associate Director over the Bush Theatre. So I've been over there for a little while now. And over at the Bush Theatre, we are a new writing venue. So we specialise in working with new writers on new pieces of work. So you won't find any sort of Shakespeare or any remounts over with us. You find new writing from some of Britain's most exciting voices who are often writing their first plays. Artists who start with us for the first time, either as performers, makers, putting the shows together, and we make new writing pieces reflecting up the Uxbridge Road where we sit. So we try and champion British and Irish voices from the community in which we sit. So we have a number of shows a year. We've got a bigger venue called the Holloway Theatre.
Yeah, how many? What's the layout inside?
Yeah, so well, as you say, it's the old Shepherd's Bush Library, and we still have a library there. So when we took over the building a little while ago, Bush Theatre has existed in various different forms. It started above a pub, and now is in, as you say, in the old library for over 50 years. So we've had lots of different iterations. But yes, we have our Holloway Theatre, which is our biggest venue. Different amount of seating depending on what configuration we're in, but just under 200 seats in there. We have shows that are sort of 6 weeks long. Currently we've got a show called Speed by Mohammed Zain Dada, which is about a speed awareness course.
Right.
It's kind of a thriller.
My wife did one of those. She was absolutely gripped.
Well, there you go.
People love them.
People love them. So it's sort of a cross between sort of Severance and Phone Shop. Nikesh, who's in the cast, describes it as. And we have a smaller space called the Studio, which also we make sort of slightly smaller shows. We've got a show that opened last night called Insane Asylum Seekers there.
What's the capacity there?
About 60, so it's slightly smaller. So often we have smaller shows or artists that are starting out. So Laith, who wrote this, won the Tony Craze Award at the Soho Theatre last year, and it's sort of a show that feels almost like it's stand-up at the start and takes us on a through a journey talking about the kind of British Iraqi experience. So yeah, we've got lots of stuff going on down there, as well as our kind of events. We have one-off events. We have a beautiful terrace just to come and have a drink, especially on days like this. It is I think one of the best places to sit in West London.
Yeah. No, we get a regular email from you, and it is always full of really exciting things. You just mentioned a show that you've got on for 6 weeks in a 200-seater. That actually, just doing the maths, it's 7,500 people are going to come and see that. It's an amazing undertaking, to just get
Absolutely.
that much cultural in and out.
And we work in talent development when we're trying to meet the artists that maybe don't normally see themselves and maybe some of the bigger stages. So we work with folks who are often meet us as storytellers, whether they're coming through us with our young people's programs, or we meet them doing schools projects or work experience, or they write to us, or they just come by and sit in the library and read or watch a show. We hope to be able to take them from meeting them at that point to writing their play, and we've even had shows transfer to the West End, Shifters by Benedict Lombay and Red Pitch by Terrell Williams that transferred last year to the West End. They start off in our space and then go for, then many more thousands of people get to see that before they inevitably go on to do TV and other really exciting things. But we're very lucky to meet people at the start of their career, and they take us with us, and it's a great place to come and discover maybe the next big names of things.
No, I mean, it's someone of my generation, it smacks of the Royal Court of the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, we there's a few of those venues that really prioritise new writing, the Royal Court being one of them. And ourselves, and what we are able to do is, although we're a small team, a small venue, is really meet local artists and voices. So Coral, Wiley, who wrote our show at the beginning of the year, Lavender Violet, Hyacinth, You came up through our Young People's Programme and our local writers programme before kind of having a show on the main stage. So it's a big undertaking for a small team, but we're hopefully. We've got a small venue with a big vision. That's what we like to say. That's
fantastic. We'll just play a quick tune, and when we come back, you're also very much involved in a creative sense in the community part and the community shows.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to chat to you about that.
Yeah, of course.
After a little bit of salt.
Great.
can do anything you want to. Be yourself at all times. Don't be afraid of nothing, nobody. Be fearless. It is all in your mind, your mind, your mind.
Your mind, your mind, your mind.
I'd say those
yeah,
inspirational
man.
words are the perfect intro to what I was going to ask, which is you're very much part of the community team there, and very much involved in bringing the community in creatively, and also bringing us in as audience.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started off at the Bush nearly 6 years ago as a community assistant. So my job is supporting. We had a big adult program, which we still do, running kind of either partnerships with local community groups to make work and have practical sort of drama spaces. But we also have a local expressive writers group and a reading group for local members of the community to come in and read a play and then discuss it. So that was a big part of what I did when I first started. And then during the pandemic, we had to sort of have a little think about what that looked like and how we worked with our community in a different way. So we started working with the local young people, which is something that Dan and Lynette, our artistic leadership team, who have just left, was a big thing when they first started. They wanted to start working with local young people. And so since then, we've got 2 young companies at the Bush, 14 to 17-year-olds and an 18 to 25 young company who are predominantly from local young people from in and around West London, working weekly to make to get to know each other, to be part of our building, get to be part of the fabric of the building, working behind the bar now and hanging out in the building, coming to print stuff off, or the younger ones coming to do their work downstairs, but also making work, writing, seeing shows. And we have our young company shows coming up. They come up every summer. We try and they're as close to the rest of the programming as possible. We have new commissioned writing for them, as well as devising new shows. As well as our adult company that's still going. So we're constantly trying to work with our local community. There's more languages spoken on Uxbridge Road than anywhere else in Europe, and so we're always trying to bring those people in, invite them in. Hopefully they'll come out of the market, have a falafel and some juice from the market, and then come and join us.
So that reminds me of a question I've got to ask you in a minute. But there's a pathway, is there, from coming in as a kind of, I want to join a drama group, through to maybe one day having your own play produced on the stage, or
that's what we hope. That's what we hope, exactly. Yeah. So we hope to meet artists, local artists. As I say, as I kind of said in the last segment, as storytellers. Some people wouldn't call themselves writers or playwrights. We might feel like what you were saying earlier. Don't want to come into the building. It feels a bit scary. But you'd come in when it was a library and maybe read a book. But maybe you come in and you want to tell a story, or you've got a unique aspect to your life, or something you want to say. And we hope to harness that, whether it be for our adult programs or through our young company programs, and kind of show and offer different ways, practically, but also just through representation, through the stories we're telling at the theatre. Be you could do that too. That's you as well. This could be a place for you to tell your story as an actor, as a writer, as a director, as a maker. And that's the thing I think we do best, is meeting people who have just got something to say and finding a way to support that, whether it's in our building or just empower them to hopefully take it beyond that.
Amazing.
And
amazing. Love it.
Shows like Top Boy and Adolescence show us, it's those groups that are the stepping stone between, just being in your ordinary life and getting through, because the stars of Adolescence came out of groups like yours.
Absolutely. And Jack Thorne, who wrote Adolescence alongside Stephen Graham, first plays one at the Bush.
No.
So exactly. So it's shows that wouldn't exist without projects like the Young Companies and our other outreach projects, but also through developing writers so they get to the point where somewhere like Jack Thorne's career, where they're making these pioneering pieces of television. So it's that double prong thing we can do. We can do it at both ends, I think, really beautifully. And I think so many of the artists that are coming up are also kind of have really these beautiful established careers, have existed in spaces like ours, if not ours already. So that's the thing we do. We love to harness those people, meet them, wander in. We've got loads of people in the Young Company who lived in the area, who've never been in the building before. So that's the thing I think we're most proud of, is meeting them there and hopefully helping build up their passion and harnessing that talent and making it feel like it's a space for them, so it doesn't feel scary when you're walking past.
Yeah, and also the other thing is, you don't have to end up as a big star in Hollywood or a director or even learning those skills helps you in your interviews. When you walk into your first day on a new job, just gives you some confidence.
Absolutely. Exactly, and those, especially for the younger group, loads of the group in the 14s, 17s, they don't have to audition. They can just come through and meet us. We meet them where they are. Loads of them, they just want to come and hang out. They're not maybe interested in future careers. Some of them are, and some of them have got experience, but other than they just want to come hang out and have somewhere to spend time, which maybe they don't exist in youth centres and stuff in the way that they did growing up. We've just closed applications for our 18 to 25 young company, and we had 310 applications for 18 places, more than we've ever had before.
Isn't that great?
It's amazing, but it also shows that there's a massive, but also it's a tragedy. Yeah, there's loads of people that want to get involved.
Yeah. And I suppose the second most important question that I might ever ask you in my entire life in the shape of the universe is, do you have a licensed bar on the premises?
We do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, as we have a great bar, as I was saying in the last segment, and I think our terrace is one of the best. It's such a sun trap, especially in the evening. Yeah. It's one of the best places to sit in West London, have a great drink, cocktails, bar, all of the stuff and soft drinks as well.
Well, the Uxbridge Road runs west, so you've got the setting sun, literally.
I think it's one of the best. I'm looking forward to having a drink there. After I finish this, I'm heading back over there, and we're going to sit down with one of the writers who's got a show coming up in the new year, and we're going to get into it, thinking about what the story is, but also have a nice drink in the sun.
Sounds amazing, absolutely amazing.
Katie, we'd love to help if you end up making if you want to make some radio plays. We would love to help
that's
you.
Great.
Yeah. We could do that. We could do that.
Any length. Thank you so much for coming in.
Tell us your handles.
Either find it, just keep in touch, or actually, if they're a young person, how do they get involved?
The best thing is to come through and see us. We've got, as I say, we've got a show called Speed on at the moment. We've got Insane Asylum Seekers happening in our studio, and then we've got a new show, Miss Myrtle's Garden, which is about a Caribbean elder getting older, grandchildren moving in, and that's going to be a great show that opens at the end of the month. If you're interested in getting involved in any of our community work, whether you're an adult or a young person, best thing to do is email community@bushtheatre.co.uk or follow us on social media at Bush Theatre, and you'll be able to get everything you need from there.
It's a big green blob with Bush Theatre.
That's exactly us, the big green blob, And you can find us opposite Shepherd's Bush Market. Come see us as well.
So 2 quick fire questions. The best falafel on Uxbridge Road is?
Mr. Falafel, just inside the market. Mr. Falafel, 100%, great Palestinian falafel. Mr. Falafel is a local celebrity, so definitely Mr. Falafel.
Brilliant. Better than Damasgate?
I would say. I'm Mr. Falafel through and through.
Well, there you go.
I think the answer is whoever got them out the oven most recently.
Sure. Yeah.
There's
nothing like a fresh one from the oven. Definitely.
All right. The other question is, there's a petition going around about cleaning up Uxbridge Road. Does it need cleaning up? It looks okay to me.
Uxbridge Road, there's a lot going on Uxbridge Road. There always has been. I hope there always will be. It's a really special place with so many different, a real delicious melting pot of so many different communities and walks of life there. I don't think there's anything to clean up personally. There's all sorts of stuff going on there. People are living their lives in loads of different ways. We,
all of which we might approve of.
Sure, but that's their business. That's got nothing to do with me. We have our doors open. We're always exactly. That's their business. Life's hard. Get through however you got to get through. But I don't personally think there's anything to clean up. We're very happy down there.
No, I'm so pleased you said that.
Amazing.
Thank you for coming to talk to us.
Please come back again and tell us about more productions and more goings on up there on Uxbridge Road. We love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, hopefully. It'd be great. Thank you so much for having me.
Wicked. Have a good weekend.
Taste and crazy. Taste and crazy. Taste and crazy. We gonna chase those crazy bullets out of town. We gonna chase those crazy bullets out of town. And I build the cabin, and I plant the corn. Didn't my people before me slave for this country? Now you look me with the scorn, then you eat up all my corn. We gonna chase those crazy, we gonna chase them crazy, chase them crazy bullets out of town. We build your penitentiary, we build your schools, brainwash education to make us the fool. Hatred is your reward for our love, telling us of your God from above. We gonna chase them crazy, chase them crazy bumpets, chase them crazy, chase them crazy bullets, chase them crazy bullets out of town. Now here comes the gunman, coming with his gun plan. We won't take no bribe, we got to stay alive. We gonna chase those crazy, we gonna chase those crazy, chase those crazy bumpets, chase those crazy, chase those crazy bullets out of town. Chase them crazy, chase them crazy, chase them crazy, chase them crazy bumpets, chase them crazy bullets.
Yeah, that is Johnny Clark's version, Crazy Bald Head, and that is off a Trojan comp called the Bob Marley cover box set.
I love it. Crazy bald heads.
Bollhead.
Bollhead indeed. Brilliant.
Now, Gregsy, as you so wisely noticed the other day, I have a almost brand new bicycle.
Nice, man.
A bright red Ridgeback. Is that what it is?
Yeah, don't tell too many people around here. They'll have it.
Well, I know, I have to say, as many of you will know, I've been riding a crappy old bike. I bought it under Hammersmith Bridge during a rainstorm in lockdown.
Yeah, good one.
And I took it to the Fix It Festival outside the Kensington Leisure Centre.
Brilliant.
Just the other day.
Yeah, man.
And Dr. Bike, a really charming young lady, I think from Brazil or Argentina.
Yeah.
She told me that literally every part of the bike needs replacing except for the frame.
That really doesn't surprise me. It was a proper bone shaker.
Yeah, it was a bone shaker.
Proper bone shaker,
when
man.
she took one look at the saddle, couldn't believe it. But bizarrely, I'd found in one of these WhatsApp groups we're all part of, I'd found something called Pedal My Wheels. And I just sent them an email saying, I slightly embellished the truth. I said that I didn't necessarily cycle all the time, which obviously you know I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, lo and behold, 2 weeks later, they turn up with this bike, which I have for 3 months.
Okay.
And, I have to do a couple of things. I have to go to some rally in Battersea Park next Wednesday.
Ah, superb. Yes, that's what that is about in the diary.
Radio.
Yeah, talk about it on the radio. Brilliant.
But ladies and gentlemen, Pedal My Wheels, Google it, and I think almost all of you would be eligible to get one of these free bikes for 3 months.
Is it sort of borough specific or London wide or UK wide?
Or it's definitely London.
Yeah.
But there's a drop down and you have to mention which borough you're part of.
Yeah.
And bish bash bosh. Well, on my part, bish bash bosh. So, big shout out. And, you know, it's summer, Gregsley.
Yeah.
The time for cycling
is now.
You know, we cover it extensively on this show, and also our future neighbourhoods. We had the active travel episode, which featured Irma, who's one of the women who drive those community bikes around. She's a lovely woman, Irma.
Amazing.
It's also a great time to buy a T-shirt.
It is. It's always a good time to buy a T-shirt, but particularly right now because, of course, it's T-shirt weather.
Yeah.
So Portobello Radio's got loads of new colours in.
We've got a brand new drop. The military green is almost sold out.
It's wicked. It's a good one. It's a good one. So get in there fast because we're going to put another order in shortly. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the pink. We've got the light blue back.
Yes.
We've got black and white, obviously.
Absolutely. These are the Portobello Radio
We've got the
T-shirts.
old gold.
Got the old gold ones. Yeah. They're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
We don't need to sell the DBC. They sell them
We don't,
themselves.
but they are available if you fancy a classic DBC T-shirt.
And
you know
40-something disco.
And 40-something disco T-shirts as well. Yeah, a few of the non-classic DBC T-shirts have been going recently as well. We got we got a lovely black and white one that just says established 1983 or something. And what else have we got? We've got another DBC one whereby it just has the Dread logo, you know, what was known as the Mikey Dread logo. Dreadlocks smoking a spliff in silhouette form, running around the side of the T-shirt. It's a really interesting print, and that was really popular last year, and I think we've just about got rid of the last one of them, so we'll be expecting a new drop from those guys. And while we're on the DBC tip, we have the DBC brothers, with a bit of luck, coming in and recording a show next week, so expect
Lewis and his brother.
Lewis and his brother are going to come by and play.
That's Lepke's son.
Those are Lepke's son, Lepke Rebel, who started DBC. Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's the young generation stepping up, and they're going to produce some fantastic music as they always do in the next week or so. So watch this space if you're keen on the DBC.
Yeah, because you'll need a T-shirt for all those festivals, like the Great Exhibition Road Festival,
which is also
on
coming up
June
very
the
soon.
7th and 8th, or the Trellick 53, the Trellick Tower Festival.
Absolutely.
The Saturday, the Music Saturday, of course, is July the 12th.
Yeah.
But there's films all the way
through. That's up at Trellick,
including the Bob Marley film one night.
Yes, indeed.
So that will be something to put in your diary.
Hopefully the Muse Gallery here at 269 Portobello Road will be putting on another bus tour recently. So
we're having a bus tour because we will need to talk about this actually later. There is going to be a KCAW, Kensington and Chelsea Art Week Fringe.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
No one knows what it means. So
no, okay, but we will expect fun things and a bus tour to be entwined, which is going to be great. Another opportunity to wear your T-shirts, and indeed the Tavistock Festival here at the end of summer, after Carnival. That one normally turns up, but of course Carnival. Wear your T-shirts at Carnival and shout us on our little sound system. Most people do. It's great, absolutely great round here in Portobello Radio land, and indeed on portobelloradio.com. Get your merch. We're also rocking the 7-inch theme tune to the Dread Broadcasting Corporation radio station back in the day on 7-inch on vinyl, in case anybody fancies a little bit of old school, analog. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Lots to be getting on with. Lots to be buying off our website. So go there and buy, because it's one of the few things that
portobelloradio.com/shop.
Shop. I think it is. Yeah, man. Otherwise, click the link on the homepage.
Does what it says,
yeah, man. Yeah.
We're going to have a tune.
Okay.
After the tune, last week we talked a little bit about, quite a lot about the Flourish project, the development up there at Kensal Gasworks. And the general vibe is that no one thinks it's a good idea. There are loads of reasons to object. Toxicity, because it's a brownfield site.
I somehow
the traffic's going to be out of control.
Yeah.
Will they offer services?
Yeah.
Are they going to let them have cars? Are they really going to find 3,500 households who don't want a car?
No. Definitely not. But the thing is, this is one thing that's come off the back of our investigations into the Flourish thing, is confidence in the system has been lost, because essentially what seems to be happening is these developers put in a proposal, we all object to it, but it goes ahead anyway. Yeah. And so I don't know. I'm thinking we need some radical manoeuvres here, man. We do.
Anyway, we're going to play "Express Yourself," and then after that, you're going to hear Kathy, and she sent us a 3-minute message about why she thought it shouldn't be happening.
Good plan.
Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and perpetrating, but scared to kick reality. Yo, Dre, you been doing all this dope producing. You had a chance to show them what time it is.
So what you want me to do? In correctional facilities, cause some don't agree with how I do this. I get straight and meditate like a Buddhist. I'm dropping flavor, my behavior is hereditary, but my technique is very necessary. Blame it on Ice Cube, because he said it get funky when you got a subject and a predicate. Add it on a dope beat, and it'll make you think. Some suckers just tickle me pink to my stomach, cause they don't flow like this one. You know what? I won't hesitate to diss one or two before I'm through, so don't try to sing this. Some drop science, well I'm dropping English, even if Yella makes it a cappella. I still express yo, I don't smoke weed or sex, cause it's known to give a brother brain damage, and brain damage on the mic don't manage nothing but making a sucker in you equal. Don't be another sequel. Spread yourself. Spread yourself.
Ice Cube, it's not for the pop chart. So where should a brother like you start expressing yourself, my boy, and show you how? Yo, Dre,
what up?
Drop English right about
now. Getting back to the PG, that's programmed and it's easy. Dre is back, new jacks are made hollow. Expressing ain't the subject because they like to follow the words, the style, the trend, the records I spin again and again and again. Yo, you're on the other end. Watch a brother blend dope rhymes with no help. There's no guessing or guessing while I'm expressing myself. It's crazy to see people be what society wants them to be, but not me. Ruthless is the way to go, they know. Others say rhymes which fail to be original, or they kill where the hip-hop starts. Forget about the ghetto and rap for the pop charts. Though some musicians, cause at home they're scared to use profanity when up on the microphone. Yeah, they want reality, but you hear none. They'd rather exaggerate a little fiction. Some say no to drugs and take a stand, but after the show they go looking for the dope man. Or they ban my group from the radio here in WA and say hell no. But you know it ain't all about wealth, as long as you make a note to spread yourself. Spread yourself. A lyricist, yo, Dre is a name for to make something dope on a record, that's what he came for. Kicking reality, yo, but staying itself, but it's important that you keep it in mind too. From the heart, cause if you wanna start to move up the chart, then expression is a big part of it. You ain't efficient when you flow, you ain't swift, moving like a tortoise, full of rigor mortis. There's a little bit more to show. I got rhymes in my mind, embedded like an embryo or a lesson, all of them expression. And if you start fessing, I got a Smith & Wesson for you. I might ignore your record because it has no bottom. I get loose in the summer, winter, spring, and autumn. It's Dre on the mic, getting physical, doing the job. And WA is the lynch mob. It's a macabre, but you know you need this. And the knowledge is going just like a fetus or a tumor. Well, here's the rumor: Dre's in the neighborhood and he's up to no good. When I start expressing myself, yell slam it. Cause if I stay funky like this, I'm doing damage. Or I'ma be too hype and need a straight jacket. I got knowledge and other suckers lack it. So when you see Dre, a DJ on the mic, ask what it's like we're getting hyped tonight. Cause if I strike, it ain't for your good health, but I won't strike if you just spread yourself.
Hi, I'm Cathy Wood. This may be too late, but my main concern with Flourish is to do with traffic. The council, Kensington and Chelsea, say no project can be given go-ahead if it's going to increase road danger. And clearly, from all the evidence and data, this will increase road danger, both during the 11 years of construction and potentially afterwards. This is evidenced in the bottleneck area around the Canal Way entrance. and the proposals for traffic lights, which Kensington and Chelsea seem keen on, all of which will delay traffic going north and south at key times of the day. And as anybody knows, there is already a lot of congestion on that roadway. It also has done no safety assessment of the impact of construction traffic over 11 years through the Harrow Road, Ladbroke Grove Junction, all of which will be coming in and exiting through that junction. It hasn't evidenced that the road structure, infrastructure is capable of this amount of traffic. And the latest proposals don't update the modelling. We actually raised issues about the validity of the modelling because they had made some sort of adjustment for the construction period, which of course seems ridiculous because the whole point of the modelling is ultimately meant to be to judge whether it is safe for the construction traffic or not. We were promised by Ballymore and Kensington and Chelsea that they would give us a presentation specifically on the traffic and the construction deliveries. None of this has been done. They are, in the latest proposals, making quite a lot about the fact that they plan to do waste disposal on the canals. But of course, this is actually meaningless because the original modelling didn't allow for waste disposal anyway. They already assumed the canal was going to be used. It is a bit of a watch this space because it's highly unlikely that they will actually use the canal. Something will happen and they'll say it's not possible. The whole issue here is that they either have to find an innovative and much improved way of managing the traffic, or reduce the amount of traffic they propose coming in and going out. Those are the only two options, neither of which has been addressed. And mitigating circumstances are likely to be money being passed between people to say, well, we'll compensate for that. But of course, there is no compensation to people who will ultimately be sitting in traffic jams waiting to get through the crossroads, or who are hopefully not, but potentially injured or hurt in accidents as a result of this.
Thank you, Kathy. May I say that for my part, I think the traffic is one of the most ridiculous things about this project. But to me, the absurdity is the fact that they are building 3,500 homes, which is obviously not a very appropriate place to build those homes. And they're going to alleviate London's housing crisis by selling all these homes off plan to people abroad. So if that ain't ridiculous, I don't know what is. We will be playing a whole 10-minute section of people's objections to the Flourish development at 9:50 on Sunday morning.
Yeah, you're nice.
We urge you to, we're going to put the link to this AI objection generator, which I did it this week. It's easy.
Well done.
You literally click, put your name in, your postcode, you tick the things that you're worried about, toxicity, traffic, blah, blah, or blah.
Yeah.
Press a button and off it goes.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, do put links on the Facebook page. Put them on. I'll grab it and I'll stick it on Twitter and Blue Sky.
And then if you see it, do it. You've got till Thursday. Do it, and people power. It does make a difference. We might not be able to stop them, but we might be able to make them change some of the more ridiculous parts of it.
Maybe we can push them into new ideas that might cost a little bit more, but they're better for everyone.
Better all around. Yeah. And also remember, that was Kathy. We're going to play a little insert from Dick Crane, Bingo Dick, a bit later. Portobello Radio show is your show. So anytime, send us a WhatsApp message.
Yeah.
to 07822 002 955. It's on all our flyers. And we'll play it on the show, we'll play it as an interstitial, we'll play it somewhere.
Yeah, man. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, people power, and you can use Portobello Radio as your platform to do your people powering. So, yeah, we're here for you, babies. We're here for you.
Just tell us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is Tell Me by Groove Theory. Some of you may be wondering, where does Piers' newfound love of jazz funk come from?
Well, you know, we could have one of that, but then we could also ask you...
It's Jack Setter.
She popped up on the reel, you know, Portobello Radio, when it's not doing live stuff, it's replaying old stuff from back in the day. Yeah. And she popped up, and I haven't heard her new, what's it called? Her new show?
Algorithm and Blues.
Algorithm and Blues. And it really pushes the jazz funk button. I am praying that Christopher Sullivan is not listening to that particular show, because he would be going mental at me on the text messages. What, we don't like jazz funk, Greg? What are you doing?
I think it's jazzy funk.
Or funky jazz is what Chris would say. Funky jazz rather than jazzy funk.
He plays jazz funk the whole bloody time.
But, you know, it's a particular... There are some particular... bits of jazz funk which you go down some real rabbit holes, man. And it's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. It's a great show. Catch it once a month. Algorithm and Blues from Jack Setter.
Jack Setter, of course. Jackie Lloyd Brown is her acca. She's a novelist. She told the story of her, journey through music, trying to become a big star, hanging out with Bad Boy Records in New York.
Yeah, man.
Getting
She's
into
got about.
TV.
Got about.
She was a bit part player in all the things from about
85 onwards.
Yeah,
really.
from the clubs of Birmingham and the dancers and the high-waisted trousers and God knows what other fashion crimes.
That was the beautiful thing about sort of the 50s through to the 90s, was we sort of had a new fashion every 5 years. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Bring back subculture.
Yeah, bring back subculture. Maybe that's exactly what it is. The subculture is gone.
You know what? As everyone seems to know now, I'm really enjoying listening to my daughter's music, which is so eclectic, and it comes from such a wide range of influences. At her age, I would have been stuck in one groove. It was punk, it was glam, it was
new wave, it was
60s and 70s soul.
Then it was house music.
It was electro. You just got brilliant. On one focus. You got on one tip, and you went.
And you went
you
full
surfed
hell
that
forever
until
for that.
You fell off that and went on the next tip.
Absolutely. Yeah, so no, brilliant. Bring on the Ute and their fantastic eclectic flavours.
No, I think bring on us with our, kind of really narrow, focused, distrust.
I can't tell if there's a tongue in your cheek or not.
Jah Rastafari. Yeah, that is Althea and Donna Jarastafari. So we were talking about, moments in the past of music, and I'd mentioned glam, and of course, the BFI have just restored Flame.
Flame?
Flame is the Slade film from about 1970, 72, 73.
It's like a rock and roll movie, or what?
It's like all rock and roll movies, it's a little bit Hard Day's Night.
Okay.
Because all rock and roll movies have to be a little bit Hard Day's Night.
Okay.
And I am just stalling, say something, because I'm stalling when I get my emails up
Steady.
from the BFI, and I will be able to tell you the other here we go. It's a cross between.
Oh, this is hard work. God, blimey.
It's a cross between Hard Day's Night and Get Carter.
Oh, all right, yeah, we'll Get Carter. Well, both good
go.
movies, actually, to be fair. Hard Day's Night, albeit a little bit on the cheesy side.
I absolutely loved Slade. One of the kind of...
Flame.
No, I love Slade, not
Flame.
Yeah, I never saw Flame, even though I was a massive Slade fan.
But
if you remember back in those days, younger people will not remember this, but the charts, the top 40 was a huge thing when you were in your teens.
Massive, and I wish they could try and revive it somehow.
They used to announce the chart in pre-knowing anything about marketing days at lunchtime on a Tuesday.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So at my school, that was double biology. So every week, someone
There's
would
a euphemism there. I've got Marky on the side here smiling at me naughtily.
Someone would have to be under the desk with their ear to the radio to see who'd become number one. And those were the days when Slade went straight in.
Brilliant. And the bloke under the desk got double biology?
Do you know what? I mean, you could get us taken off air by Ofcom or
some
off
shit.
Off Knob or whatever. In a minute, we may be treated to a Portobello poem from the People's Playwright.
No way.
But we might not.
Who knows?
Slim and weak, you got the teeth of the hydra.
Yeah, that of course is not Slade. It's T-Rex, the other ones. You know what? I played that because I was in Tesco's this morning and I heard Ride a White Swan. And Mark Jackson, the People's Poet, the Portobello People's Poet, who's just popped into the place that we're playing our performance. Mark.
Hi. Mark in the house. Yay.
Hey, we're back again.
What did you do this morning?
Well, I was. They said I came in for a sit down, and they said, "Are you going to do as a poem?" And then they started playing the Mark Bolan one, and I wrote a song. The most recent thing I've written is a song to the tune of "Ride a White Swan" by Mark Bolan, and I sat on a log in Kensington Park over the past month or so.
Can you do it?
I'll have a go.
Yeah. Would you like me to put Ride a White Swan in the background?
Well, no, that'll probably put me off. Actually.
I'll just play a tiny bit, just
to remind people what it was.
You know, I could probably do it. I might be able to.
Oh.
No, I was thinking that maybe I could do a...
He's doing another one of those, isn't it? Yeah, all right, we're all looking and nothing's happening.
No, never mind.
Brilliant.
Okay.
All right, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that is the one.
This is an even more hippie kind of thing, man.
Nice, I like it.
And it goes like this. Listen to the music of leaves on the trees as they sing their song when the four winds blow, stroking the grass and the clover in the meadow, talking to the flowers as we watch them grow. Row your boat to the rhythm of the river on life's journey to the open sea, laughing with the clouds as they make funny faces, reflections of you and me. Marvel at the stars as they sparkle in the heavens while the planets wander to and fro. Cast a spell at midnight on a new moon and all your wishes will come true. Feel the touch of the rain and the snow and the hail as they fall from the sky above. Feel the warmth of the sun on your body, reminding you that God is love. Sing this song along with other people. Sing this song alone in bed. Sing this song because you want to, just like the leaves and flowers said. Thank you.
Yes, that is Mark Jackson with... Yeah, so we didn't quite manage to do the loop behind it, but I'm sure Greg will work that out in the fullness of time. Can you pull that down so Isis can have a...
Really?
What is happening in the
echoing?
What is happening in the people's paradise of Portobello?
It's all good.
It's the mic, mate.
Well, not a lot, because I've been in the library and sat in Kensington Park writing another book and just reading for pleasure and writing that song, basically. So that's all that's going off in my world at the moment. Watching a bit of football.
And you're reading what? Claudius the God?
Yes, written by Robert Graves. If you like a good read, Robert Graves is a great writer. And his impersonation of being Claudius and telling Claudius' story is a marvellous read, very entertaining, and just goes to show that nothing's changed in the world.
Do you think about Derek Jacobi while you're under kind of rickety
only when I've got my pants on.
Like a star.
On the subject of Romans...
It's Isis. Hello, Isis.
Hi,
Hello, darling.
Isis, welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's only 17:24.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd pop in for the last bit. I'm sorry.
I started on my own at 4 because you two weren't here. I just thought, F it.
It's good to know he's independent. He doesn't need us.
He doesn't need us.
But speaking about the Romans... The book that I've selected for my course tomorrow, Love Literature, which is a course that celebrates women of African heritage with a UK connection, writers and poets, is actually called The Emperor's Babe by Bernardina Evaristo. And it's set in a fictitious Roman Britain, and it's about a young woman of African heritage whose family's from Sudan, and it's about her experiences in Roman Britain, and she ends up marrying a Roman emperor. So yeah, so I'm looking at something Romanesque at the moment.
Must be in at the moment.
It is,
It must be very
It's
on
a
point.
Roman thing.
I like it.
I thought it was only kind of Andrew Tate's incels who thought about the Roman Empire.
Really?
Oh, because of Roman salutes and all that nonsense. Nazi salutes masquerading as Roman salutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there was people doing a lot of stuff. Everything that Andrew Tate has done, probably someone's done it before, because there's nothing original about that idiot.
Yeah.
Indeed, absolutely.
Probably ripped it all off Donald Trump anyway.
Yeah, he's just a dickhead, isn't he? He's just talking nonsense.
You're listening to Portobello Radio.
Yes, you are. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of editing tonight.
I was about to play a tune
and of course you haven't got the wire anymore. Yeah,
because I'm here.
Yeah.
Come on, play a tune now, Country Girl.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you're listening to Portobello Radio, where we've got a good thing going. That, of course, is Sugar Minor. And
brought back some memories because I was just saying to Gregsy and yourself, I visited his studio last year when I was in Jamaica.
You're amazing, man.
Just because I was roaming the streets, basically. I was roaming around Kingston. I just found it by accident.
We've
dodgy,
got, talking
very
a good
dodgy.
thing, we've got Madame Zarvis in the house, and she has an apothecary.
Have you got a good
where
thing
you
going?
can buy everything to make your life a good thing.
Oh yeah, my God, I forgot about it because I'm there all the time and I love it. I live
the
inside.
time. Yeah, man.
I live inside a herbal world.
It's
I forget
great.
about
What
it.
is the best product if you want a good thing going? What is the best product to buy?
Besides your Trinidad and Tobago cap,
No,
which I
what
do like.
Are you about getting people up or what? Scent or herbs?
Good question. I mean, you've got to remember that for some of us, good thing going involves going up. But for other people, it involves chillaxing and emptying their minds.
Oh, yeah, emptying your mind. Oh, well, I don't think emptying your mind is... When you're scrolling through Instagram, guys, you're emptying your mind anyway because it facilitates brain rot. So if you read that... I have a piece on brain rot, but I'll have to play it for the next time.
Didn't we do brain rot before? We did. No? No, we stopped her from doing it last time, did we?
Well, the point is that what Thoreau said in 1860, whatever, he brought this term brain rot in because people no longer cared about the political world.
Who's this?
Thoreau, Walden. He wrote Walden. It was about...
Thoreau?
Yeah.
Not Louis Thoreau.
No.
He's just done a brilliant documentary about settlers.
An American.
Yeah, no. Paul Thoreau.
No, I don't know what his first name is. Thoreau.
Let's start
no,
again.
Miss Rowe.
Let's start again. Welcome, Madam Zarvis.
Oh my God. Okay, let's not get so complicated. Too
really.
deep.
All too deep.
Well, I
all
brought
of a
some
sudden.
great red Panax ginseng for everybody to share.
I've had some, and it's great.
Which actually
is that a good thing?
Evens out your glands.
Oh, hello. Don't give any to Piers then.
When you're stressed, the stress creates.
Can we talk about ginseng for a moment? Just to go back to the very beginning.
What do you want?
I mean, I brought some ginseng back from South Korea because my daughter lives there. They obviously think their ginseng is the best ginseng in the world.
Yeah.
Then there's a Siberian ginseng.
Yeah.
No, the red Panax ginseng from Korea is probably the best in the world
at
the moment.
And where does the Siberian ginseng then come in the list of
it
ginsengs?
comes from...
no, I know where it comes from. Where does it come in the list of the best ginsengs after?
Oh, no. Siberian ginseng isn't a ginseng; it's another plant.
Ah, interesting.
Aetherius.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Let's stick with regular.
So
ginseng.
So
the properties of ginseng are strong like lion. Is it all about power, strength, resilience?
No. Why it takes the stress off is that when you're stressed, you your muscles start to tighten in on some glands. Each of us are different and have weaknesses at certain parts of the body in terms of the 7 I think the 7 glands participate in the immune system. All of them have to be balanced. And when they stay out of balance, you start to get sick. And the Panax ginseng helps bring this stress off so that the glands are now functioning together. Right, so that's really good thing, but it's not meant for taking when you're in hospital or coming out of hospital. It's only good to take when you're out in the world doing your thing and you need just that thing in your life to alleviate.
So it chills you slightly, to put it in colloquial terms.
Oh, is that the word chilled out? I have chilled out bath herbs. You're welcome. I must give you some. My kids said, "Oh my God, you're so." Carry on. Greg's turn.
1, 2.
Greg.
Well, I have no idea.
What is it, Piers? What is it? Piers.
I don't know. We just needed not to hear from him for all of a sudden. It was the desk's decision.
I'm glad you're asking me.
Most red-blooded males would say ginseng makes you strong like lion. You can stay awake forever.
It does give you a bit of stamina, yeah.
Clear the stables of whatever.
Oh,
like
well,
Hercules.
no. If you're talking about as an aphrodisiac or, it's not quite that.
Right, okay.
You have to have a facility towards, your sexual prowess itself. But the stamina comes from the Siberian ginseng. Because it's a root that they discovered made people work more than 10 hours a day without feeling tired.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Piers just sniffed that red.
Yeah, that's what he's done.
But you can in Korea get these really thin slices of root that you can chew.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, which is very nice.
What about the little vials of Siberian ginseng? Are they any good? You know, there's a brand. I mean, they usually sold in Chinese.
The Chinese used to have ginseng, but that wasn't Siberian, was it?
I don't know. It was in honey or something. It was like...
Yeah, no, it was regular ginseng, that.
What's regular ginseng? Where does that come from?
Well, that's like Panax, but some of it's not red Panax. Some of it's American. So red Panax is supposed to be the top of this ginseng, but that is a Chinese product.
Right,
so that ginseng is grown in China.
Right.
Not to say it's no good, because they're quite good at their ginseng, and I've had some of the slices come to me direct from China, and they do work. But that's was for health-giving benefits to people who were needing something that they couldn't find anything wrong with you, but your system's slightly failing, but it's not hard, so it can bring the body back up to allow it to produce the things it needs for the stamina that you've lost.
So how long would you have to be taking this red Panax ginseng if you were in that condition where you weren't quite sure what was wrong with you, but you wanted to kind of
you know what? I understand you don't take it if it's not a healing product.
No.
So you have to be...
I know what she's talking about.
I'm just paraphrasing what...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Because, there are other elements like rose syrup they used to use in the 16th century for the weakness in women. Men and women are different. And so these thin women, thin girls, were given rose tincture or syrup, rose petal syrup, right? And which strengthened their body. They couldn't find anything else that would, but of course they were all starving at that point, those young little girls in the street. But it's the Siberian isn't a Chinese product, it is a Russian product. And I know those vials, but a long time ago, and they were...
Yeah, I remember them in the 80s. They were around.
Yes, a lot. And
those kind of.
But
I
wouldn't recommend taking them every day. I would take them if you wanted to take a lot. You would just open it and have some. You would just.
And is it
have a Chinese doctor might recommend it for a longer time, according to your health issues.
And is there a difference in the sort of ginseng that women should take, as you've mentioned, the difference in our physiology, and men, or is it just the same thing?
I think on a temporary basis, Mark's just thrown it on the floor. I'm going to get him down there to lick it up. You just threw 5 pounds on the floor.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So anyway, we'll move on from that. I expect a poem from that immediately for you.
Yeah, you better have a ginseng poem
I forgive you
now.
only with a stand-up, stand up something from you. I don't care if it's 4 lines. I don't care. I just want it.
Ginseng on my finger, ginseng on my clothes. Oh my God, Piers has just put ginseng up his nose.
Whoa! Yeah. God, that's great. Now
it's
let
really
Mark
not bad, not bad at all.
No. What, the insufflation or the poem?
The big question is, if we all took enough ginseng, could we stop Flourish?
Flourish is the new building complex that they're proposing up at the top of Ladbroke Grove.
I actually don't like calling it Flourish. To me, that's just kind of like manufacturing consent. They're making it sound like something that's going to... There's nothing flourishing about it. It's absolutely horrendous.
I don't know anything about
Well, it's just going to be this nasty...
Well, where have you been?
Basically, they're going to build these horrible towers. They're not going to really provide much social housing. They're going to block up the roads with more traffic, because if you've got 3,600 more flats and the road is staying the same size, there's no extra transport links. And on top of it, to build it, they've got to take the layer off of these noxious, toxic chemicals underneath the car park. So it's going to be an absolute horror.
Who's passed that? Who's put that on?
No, nothing passed yet. Nothing passed. It's all in the proposal game.
Wait, I have a problem with England, because they've put up these central distribution points in people's backyards, and this company is in Brook Street, and they've bought masses of land and put like 4 football pitches in central England, in northern England, in Surrey, in people's backyards.
To do what?
No, to to bring big trucks as a distribution place for Iceland and all these others.
So you're talking about distribution centers.
Distribution with trucks. I know Sainsbury's has
There's more than literally they're all over the place.
They've only just started them, and I've got the name of the company.
I used to film them about 30 years ago. Those places are quite extraordinary. Can we play a tune? Then
I was going to play one more tune because I really thought on a sunny day like this we needed some old school reggae. But have we got somebody there who's going to control the music?
Gregsy.
Greg, we need you over here. Oh.
Come sit your batty bat down upon the thing. Right, here we go.
What's wrong with the world now? It needs a love injection. I'm calling out America. I'm calling out to Africa. I'm calling out to Russia and my darling sweet Jamaica. War has no winner. No. I'm calling on the president. I'm calling all prime ministers. I'm calling out to Russia and my darling sweet Jamaica. War has no winner. And when you love, what joy you feel within. And when you hurt someone, what do you gain? Our children die for what they don't even know. Your kids hate mine 'cause we made it so. Tell me what in the world are we waiting for to stop love from walking out that door? I'm calling out America. I'm calling out to Africa. I'm calling out to Russia and my darling sweet Jamaica. War has no winner. No. Fighting for power, you're fighting for land. I'm so confused, I just can't understand. You lose your family and I lose my best friend. Hurt will be hurt 'cause they all spell pain. Tell me what in the world are we waiting for to stop love from walking out that door? I'm calling out America. I'm calling out to Africa. I'm calling out to Russia and my darling sweet Jamaica. War has no winner. No. I'm calling on the president. I'm calling on prime ministers. I'm calling out to Russia and my darling sweet Jamaica. War has no winner. No. I long to live, long to breathe some fresh air. I long to walk the streets without any fear. Our children die for what they don't even know. Your kids hate mine 'cause we made it so. Tell me what in the world are we waiting for to stop love from walking out that door? I'm calling out America. I'm calling out to Africa. I'm calling out to Russia and my darling sweet Jamaica. War has no winner. No. I'm calling on the president. I'm calling
Yes, Marcia Griffiths, big up. Reggae call in.
Yeah, big up Marcia Griffiths. We played a lot of reggae today because it's such a beautiful sunny day.
I know, you get that vibe, don't you? You want to play reggae.
Yeah, and it is.
It is,
everything you hear here on Portobello Radio is true as true can be.
But we do actually play a lot of reggae on this station.
I hope so. I hope so. Reggae and funk is what it's all about. Definitely.
Funky reggae.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah, Bob
even
didn't get
better.
to do. He did a punky reggae. Maybe somebody needs to do a funky reggae.
Yes,
and
maybe.
You know what?
Yeah.
Spring has definitely sprung because it's only a couple of months ago that we were complaining on this show about not
about closing the door when you went out.
No, about the fact that there was nothing going on in.
Yeah, you're right.
Portobello.
Yeah, you were having a good old Monica about that one, weren't you? But yeah, now it's all kicking off.
There is
we
so
got
much going on tonight.
40-something
Friday,
disco.
It's the 40-something
Yeah,
disco. You know what? The 40-something disco is on tonight. It's over 10 years old now.
Yeah.
Nearly as old as us.
Yeah.
Last Friday there was Swing and Dine over there at the Tab. A great night out. I mean, some of the footage from that. We've had, again at the Maxilla a couple of weeks ago, we had the Friday Night Reggae. Amazing scenes. Thursdays, the Royal Exchange, the pub over there in Paddington. Amazing scenes.
Yeah, man, always.
It's all come back to life. We had Katie Greenall from Bush Theatre telling us about the number of things going on down over there.
And of course, very importantly, May is International, or rather African Liberation Day on the 25th.
Oh, okay.
So if you are a Pan-Africanist, there's a lot of stuff going on. In particular with the lovely, wonderful saviour
Has Africa been
of
liberated?
Ibrahim Traoré. That's why we talk about African liberation, because we still need to liberate Africa. But we've got a young man there walking in the steps, or the standing on the shoulder, should we say, of Thomas Sankara, who could be the future of Africa. So, yeah.
Wow.
We are.
Wow.
Sorry, what were you saying, Madam Z?
You mean without the separate countries, a president of the total nations?
Well, that would be ideal.
India?
But of course, there's no way we're going to be able to take back North Africa, because now places like Egypt and Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco are run by predominantly people who came, the people who came later, what we call Arab-speaking people. So I think realistically it would be below the Sahel. Yeah, I think. Yeah. But we're getting there.
I find it. I mean, I love football. I spend most of what I know about Africa comes from watching African football teams play. I can't believe that Nigeria would be that happy to be in the same country as Ivory Coast. Or what about Ghana and Nigeria? They wouldn't be able to have those rows about
hang on a minute.
jolly rice anymore.
No, the Ivory Coast is very educated place, isn't it?
But also, what you have to remember, once upon a time, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, they were not countries. They were they were all small nations.
Yeah.
Just, tribes.
Well, they were
tribes basically.
Everywhere was a tribe.
So it depends. It's all about economic and political power. And when Africa wakes up and realizes that we're united, we're stronger, then we can trade amongst ourselves. We're in a better position. We won't be exploited in the same way. Then I don't know. We'll see. Nigeria's not being very good at the moment, though. They're stopping the people supporting Traoré. And also, I saw this awful clip where the governor of Edo State in Nigeria has banned Rastas and said that everybody with dreadlocks is to be arrested on sight or something. So that's not looking very good.
Right.
Where is that? Where in
Nigeria?
Edo State. EDDO. Edo.
Well, apparently they
Edo
run
State.
all of the townships.
Nigeria being such a big country is a number of tribes who haven't always seen
I prefer to call them
eye.
nations, to be honest, in the same way that we
Well,
talk
that's
about
confusing,
nations.
as we just started the conversation by saying nations don't really exist.
No, I'm saying that whilst nations is a word used, it's about power and it's about what the word represents. So if we're going to talk about European nations instead of European tribes, then we need to talk about African nations and not African tribes.
Well, you're never going to get South Africa back, are you?
We might kill off all the Boers and take it back. Why not?
Oh yeah, no, that's
exactly.
True. Yeah,
Well,
the Boers were the
Boers.
Dutch too, as well.
No, they are the Dutch.
They are the Dutch.
They are the Dutch. We used to say in the anti-apartheid days, when I was on the non-stop picket in the 80s, one settler, one bullet, finger on the trigger, let's pull it. But you're probably not allowed to say that now.
No.
Probably definitely not. Yeah.
We've had another message from Bingo Dick Crane.
Oh, Dickie Crane.
Objecting to the Flourish development up there at the Brownfield site.
Excellent. At
Kensal Gasworks. There are so many different reasons to object to it. Pick your own. This is Dick's.
My name is Dick Crane, and having followed this development quite closely for 2 years, I'm totally opposed to Ballymore's current proposal. There's just nothing in it for North Can. Less than 350 social homes, and probably not even that out of a total of 2,500 homes. Their traffic strategy is a disaster. It's a huge development. It needs a train station or a tube station. You can't move that many people on and off site with buses and cycles and pedestrians. And it's the impact on the area. 41 tall buildings at the top of Ladbroke Grove. 14 of those are going to be as high as Trellick Tower. It's going to totally change the area. It's going to be like the building of the Westway. And then there's a decontamination issue. I don't think Ballymore are committed to decontaminate it properly. Proper decontamination takes time and money, and Ballymore are not famous for giving time and money to their developments. They're trying to turn a quick profit like all the developers in London. It's going to only add to the housing crisis we've got. Please object to this. I think the deadline's May the 18th.
My people, dark brown shade of my skin, only adds color to my tears. That splash against my hollow bones, that rocks my soul.
Looking back over my past dreams that I once knew, wondering why my dreams never came true. Somebody tell me, what can I do? Ah, yeah.
Something is holding me back.
Holding me back.
Is it because I'm black?
Yeah. In this world of no pity, I was raised in the ghetto of the city.
Mama, she works so hard to earn every penny. Something is holding me back.
Holding me back.
Is it because I'm black?
Is it because I'm black? Yeah. Something is holding me back.
Is it because I'm black?
Yeah. Tell me, is it because of my color? Something is holding me back.
Like a child stealing his first piece of candy, got caught.
Wandering round life's corner, somewhere I got lost.
Something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black?
I wanna know, yeah.
Something is holding me back.
People,
is it because I'm black?
Tell me, can't you see?
Somebody, please tell me, is it because I'm black?
Is it because of my color?
to be £80 a ticket.
Where? Coco?
No, I don't know where Coco is, but this is I don't even know where they were playing, but they were playing somewhere in
Isn't
London.
Coco the old Camden Palais?
Is that what it's called
Camden
now?
Palais? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we do have an in there because it is being run by, from Bushell, Betsy.
Oh, brilliant.
She's the general manager.
Brilliant. Oh, wow.
Well, it would be great if anyone's listening and when they have these amazing gigs, if they could reach out and drop us a couple of tickets so we can go along and review it.
Well, there you go. We will we'll text up Betsy and see if we can get you a squeeze.
I can name drop and say I do have the hot ticket for tomorrow night. I'm going to the opening of Giorgio Locatelli's new restaurant, the National Gallery.
Wow.
Where they just rehung all the pictures.
Isn't that just for really posh people, Piers? Like, you
Probably.
No, it's more. Yeah. Well, it'll be the kind of.
Will it be the lovey crew? Will it be darling?
It'll be Paul Simonon and Murray Partridge and
those
Ollie
people.
Payne. Yeah. People who've done well. If I haven't already mentioned the fact, we have definitely got the link to the AI objection on the Portobello Radio Facebook page.
Good man.
Greg is going to put it up on Twitter.
And on Blue Sky.
It's 90 seconds. You
Blue
press
Sky.
the link.
Remember Blue Sky.
Yeah, it's so quick.
You have to remember your own name and things like that. But once you get past that, I did stumble on, you have to give yourself a title.
Oh.
And,
Professor?
I was thinking of
Doctor.
Rev.
Reverend. Oh, I like that. So you'd be Reverend Piers.
I mean, if a Rev complains, it's got to have more weight than...
I always thought I should be, like Professor Griff. I remember having this conversation with our sister in Carol, or Zem Tefner, and we were like, well, we could just call ourselves Professor. I could call myself Professor Isis. If Professor Griff can call himself Professor Griff, has he actually got a doctorate?
I'm going to call myself Prince Jammy. No. We have some fantastic shows for you coming up this weekend on Portobello Radio. Talk radio is exploding, and this week on
it is exploding. You're right.
On Tuesday night, we had the second ep of Maghreb Speaks, which is Yusuf, who many of you will know. He used to DJ on our show.
He's a fantastic producer, and he plays a few tunes in this latest episode.
He is a big Gnawa fusion guy.
Yeah, man.
He's got together with a couple of mates, Jabir and Abba.
Yes.
And they just chat about growing up around here as Moroccans.
Yeah.
A lot about the Halfpenny Bridge.
Halfpenny Bridge featured loads in this week. But back to Yusef's music. I'm trying to remember who it was, but it was someone like Youth or something that he's been teamed up with. I can't remember. Maybe that's fake news, but it's someone really contemporary that he's got involved with, and he's been doing loads of his fantastic Moroccan trad music tied in with.
Anyway,
kudos to Portobello Radio, because one of the big things that keeps coming up all the time is Moroccan community keeps saying they're not being included in a lot of community things. They don't feel like they've got a voice. And obviously, I know this because of the work we were doing around the African Caribbean Cultural Centre, but obviously, if it's going to be African Caribbean, then it is led by African Caribbean. And we're looking at when we came.
You just rejected them from your African Unity group before the last record. You told me.
Yeah, no, because the whole thing is about identity, isn't it? If obviously many people from Morocco identify as Arabs, obviously many who know more identify as
Berbers.
Well, Berber's not the right name. It's what's the word?
Because the Berbers were there from the beginning,
Well, they were there after they're later coming people. But what I'm saying is, a lot of Moroccans don't identify
it's very late
as
in the
African.
shows we get into this deep conversation.
No, but I'm just saying. So it depends about identity. If you don't identify as an African, when I say African, I don't mean somebody born in Africa. I mean somebody of the race, what we'd call African race.
Right.
So yeah, so it depends.
So
it's
8:20 on Sunday morning.
8:20 on
Maghreb
Sunday
Speaks. They
morning.
talk
Maghreb
about
Speaks,
Halfpenny
amazing.
But I think that's brilliant.
9
Absolutely
o'clock,
brilliant.
we have a rerun of me on BBC Radio London.
True.
Who we're doing a collab with, just because we want all of you to know about that collab.
Yeah.
9:20. It's the third and final ep of Great Exchanges.
Great Exchanges.
We talk about space. It's Philippa Mason, who's part of the European Space Mission to Venus.
Yes.
We somehow found this brilliant young kid from Kensal Green who loves astronomy. He more than held his own in this chat. Then at 9:50, they're going to have 10 minutes, which is going to be people our listeners have sent in objections to Flourish. We're going to play those one after another for 10 minutes. 10 o'clock, this show comes back again.
Certainly does. So if you've just tuned in, then get it again on Sunday morning.
Midday, Bright Side of the Road.
Irish Centre.
It's quite an extraordinary edition. It came out on Thursday, the night that the new Pope was chosen.
Yeah, wow, American Pope. Weird.
It is all themed around the malign influence of the Catholic Church in the state of Ireland.
Absolutely.
Throughout the 20th century.
Everything from the Magdalene.
Particularly from 1937 onwards. Magdalene laundries, the whole thing. We talked to Bernard Canavan, an artist who's got a show called Theocracy. He was stolen from his birth parents.
Yeah, man.
At birth, because they were unmarried, by the Brides of Christ, taken into this horrendous orphanage.
Oh, listen to the show, man. It's great.
They were doing experiments on these kids.
Yeah.
They were selling them to American childless couples.
The whole thing
if any of them died, they just buried them in the corner.
And they were, what were they involved with? A film? Or they're making a film called Theocracy or something.
Well, no, the show's called Theocracy.
Yeah,
Shay is making a film.
A film of it. Yeah.
The stories.
John O'Hara was the guy who curated it for him of Central St Martin's. I mean, it's great.
Extraordinary tales, and also we talk about Gerald O'Donnell, the rebel priest, who he lived with C.L.R. James actually. He had his own difficulties with the Catholic
it sounds
Church.
fascinating.
Listen, Sunday morning, Portobello Radio, you've got to keep it locked as from 8 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock Saturday and Sunday, DJs all afternoon.
Absolutely, it's going to be rocking. Absolutely rocking. Mick Robinson,
don't have to tell them who
Charlie Forbes, Liam Tuke and Minna, Jez Harkin from across the pond. It's going to be spectacular, man. Keep it locked, Portobello Radio all weekend long.
Except tomorrow at 4 till 6,
Saturday.
The Eclectic Goddess will be on Ferferity Radio, and my very special guest will be His Royal Highness Brother Changbiri J. Maponga. He's the CEO of Farmers of Thought, and Her Majesty Sister Mam Bodkadzi Arturo Aluko, who is the founder of Nations of Mother Earth, and they will both be coming in live and direct from Zimbabwe at 4:30 to talk about African Liberation Day and their 4-city tour, starting on the 24th of May in Bristol, heading to Manchester, then Birmingham, and then ending on the 1st of June in London.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. That's going to be a cracker.
And keep sending in your
objections,
your voice notes on WhatsApp to 07822. I'm not sure that's right, actually.
Actually, also around the 14th and the 15th, our young activist Delia will be somewhere on Portobello Road with a stall, encouraging people to take leaflets and to sign petitions and to make sure they get those objections in before midnight on the 15th as well. So a lot of people are out there doing lots of things. They'll be petitioning up at Sainsbury's, so you have every opportunity to object to this monstrosity that will not flourish.
Make your voice heard. I was right, actually. It is 07822 002 955. Whatever's on your mind, send us a voice note. We'll play it on Portobello Radio.
We certainly will.
Thank you for listening.
We'll also play your music if you guys are young and aspiring, if you're old and aspiring, if you just have some new
that guy
sense.
Ivo just turned up one day and played, and he's been a regular ever since.
He has. He turned up on the bus one time, and then he's been regular ever since.
So take your chance.
Just released a fantastic tune called In the Night. So here we go. Check it out. Ivo De Santo. Have a good weekend.
She's done with this play. No happiness she's found. She wants to feel the wind in her sails. She's run aground. It's not a fair world. She's had her unfair share of woe. The horizon she's now bound for is just another place to go. And in the night different destination, a place to go. Is that so hard to find? 'Cause loving you, my darling, gives me peace of mind. In the night, oh in that night, I'll comfort you. Oh in the night, oh in that night, I'll comfort you. Oh in the night, oh in that night, I'll comfort you. Oh in the night, oh in that night, I will comfort you.
What is this Portobello radio crap?
Portobello Radio. Probably the best station in Ladbroke Grove.